Good morning, everyone, and thanks for tuning in to Iran Today.
Recently, there have been a few notable efforts made towards ending the conflict between the U.S. and Iran.
Back in 2015, the Iran nuclear deal was created. This deal between the U.S. and Iran was an agreement for the U.S. to lessen economic sanctions on Iran in exchange for the halting of the production of Iranian nuclear weapons.
So what's the real drive for this conflict? It seems as though the root of these issues are power-hungry leaders and a history of mistrust.
Let's get into the details. In 2015, President Obama sealed a deal with Iran to curb the production of nuclear weapons in exchange for the removal of economic sanctions, as well as billions of dollars to make up for losses from these sanctions in the past years. This deal benefited the Americans by eliminating the threat of nuclear war with Iran and benefited the Iranians by allowing for more economic freedom.
More recently, in 2018, President Trump pulled the U.S. out of the deal made by his predecessor, President Obama. Trump believed that even though the production of nuclear weapons in Iran were being monitored, Iranians were still capable of advancing their weapons in ways that could be hidden from the Americans. He reinstated sanctions on Iran in an attempt to lessen their economic power and continued to heavily monitor their production of nuclear weapons.
One of the most recent occurrences related to this conflict was the assassination of Iranian General Qasem Soleimani in 2020, ordered by U.S. President Donald Trump. Trump was under the impression that the general had been planning new attacks on American targets in addition to the American blood that was already on his hands.
There are multiple different perspectives on the justification of this targeted attack. From the perspective of the Iranians, it seemed unnecessary and provocative, a deliberately violent action taken by the U.S. Americans see this as an act of self-defense to prevent more attacks on America.
Since President Trump pulled the U.S. out of the deal, there has been a tense relationship between the U.S. and Iran. The U.S. has been monitoring Iran, and government officials are prepared to take precautionary measures if necessary.
That's all from us. Thank you for tuning in to Iran Today.
See you next time.